Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video. We're back with Championship predictions for the midweek games. Sophie did so well. You got 9 to my 5 with the Championship score predictions, which means you're now only trailing by 1 point. It's getting close.
It's getting very close.
Get your predictions down below if you want to join us for some fun. Once again, this video has been brought to you by BetMate. BetMate is a fantastic app that is supporting us, and it's certainly worth getting involved if you like your fantasy football. Click the link down in the description. They are sponsoring our videos, the Championship predictions, so go check them out. If you're a Championship fan, it's certainly worth getting involved. We've both won great money off it, and you know it's free to join on some pot. So why not get involved with BetMate, guys? Certainly worth checking out. Let's get straight into the Championship predictions, guys. Let's start with Tuesday's games. You've got Huddersfield versus Preston. Both sides lost at the weekend. Huddersfield lost to Rotherham. Not a very good defeat considering, you know, Rotherham are a team they want to claw below them. And Preston lost at home to Stoke. Preston, who we'd said have been really good defensively, but now the goal scoring is becoming a bit of an issue. This is a tricky one. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, and I might just edge Huddersfield being at home. Preston's struggling for goals. 1-0 to the Terriers.
Okay, yeah, I can see why you'd edge Huddersfield. I think maybe they might have the home advantage. However, I think this might end in a draw for me, so I'm going to sit on the fence and say 1-1.
Sitting on the fence already. Let's go to Carrow Road as Norwich City take on Luton Town. Norwich, I still think they'll come good, but their form at the moment isn't great. They take on Luton, who picked up a brilliant win against QPR on Saturday lunchtime game. Really good win, 3-1. Luton are now only 7th, and you've got to fancy them to break into that top 6 the way they're going about things. They finished in the top 6 last season, and I think they could get something here. Norwich will probably be the favourites, but I'm going to back Luton to get a draw. I'm going to say 1-1.
Do you know what? I'm going to back Luton to get the win. They've really surprised me recently. I think against QPR it was a great result. And Norwich, they're not in very good form at the moment. They are starting to slowly drop down that table a little bit, so they need to turn it around. But I can't see them doing it against Luton. So I think they're going to win and pick up the 3 points, 2-1.
Next we'll go to Swansea City. They take on Reading, both with bad defeats at the weekend. Swansea lost 4-0 at Burnley. Reading lost at home to West Brom 2-0. They both need to bounce back because they've both been good. They're both in that sort of top 10 picture, but if they put in performances like they did at the weekend more often, then they're going to struggle. I'll say Swansea obviously played Burnley, who are a very good side. Reading, it's not great, but to be fair, we did back the Baggies to win there. I do think West Brom are going to start improving without Steve Bruce. As for this one, they both need to try and bounce back a little bit, but I might say it's a struggle for both and a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, I think for me, Swansea have got to get back to winning ways. They were in amazing form up until that Burnley game, and I think they've just got to take that as a bit of a freak result because 4-0 is a bit of a hammering. So coming against Reading is a much easier game in my opinion, and I think they're going to get back to winning ways. So for me, 2-0 Swansea. 2-0
Swansea, okay. Reading fans won't like that. Next up to Ewood Park as Blackburn take on Sunderland. They continue to win, lose. And they've got Sunderland, who did go back to winning ways. They beat Wigan, having come from behind.
Around, yeah.
I think just for a laugh, I've got to back this Blackburn thing to continue. And I think Sunderland are going to now beat Blackburn. Yeah. Blackburn to now go back to losing after winning and losing and winning and losing. I fancy Sunderland to win 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to not agree with you scoreline, but I'm going to say Sunderland win as well. I think, yeah, I want to see how long this win-loss streak kind of continues. I think it might continue against Sunderland, to be fair, because that was a good game to turn it around against Wigan. But for me, quite low scoring, so I'm going to say 1-0.
1-0. Okay, next up, Stoke City take on Rotherham. Now, this is two teams that won at the weekend. This is an interesting one. Stoke City picked up a very good win at Preston. Not many sides have gone there and won so convincingly, 2-0. And you've got Rotherham, who beat Huddersfield. That was a very big win. You know, they needed that with the new manager, and they need to just keep their heads above water because they're well clear of a point per game, which is certainly going to keep them up. I just don't know on the road, though. I think Stoke look quite good at the moment. I'll edge them 1-0 Stoke.
Yeah, I agree. I think Stoke are playing quite nice football and they're getting the results as well. So I think it's going to be a really tough game for the Millers, and I can't see them getting anything at Bet 365. So I'm going to back Stoke 2-0.
Okay, next up to the Hawthorns as West Bromwich Albion take on Bristol City. Bristol City, They lost to Millwall at home.
They're not looking good at the moment. They're in really bad form.
They're not. They did win in the midweek before that, but if you look at the sort of last 6-7 games, it's not great for Bristol City. West Bromwich Albion's a tough test for them because West Brom have shown that they've got the quality to win games if they've got better management. And I think I'm going to back the Baggies here. I could see Bristol City maybe getting on the score sheet, but I'm going to back West Brom to win this game 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to back West Brom to win 2-0. I think West Brom, now that they've got rid of Steve Bruce, I think they're going to kick on. And as I said before, they're going to climb the table for me. As I was just saying, Bristol City aren't in very good form at the moment. And I think that's going to continue against West Brom, so 2-0.
Next up to St Andrews, two sides that are really hitting good form at the moment. You've got Birmingham City, who are now in the top half, and you got their score right. They won 2-0 at Hull, and they could have won by more. Deeney missed a penalty. Yeah. They just look quite organised. They are at home, but
I think Eustace is doing a good job, you know.
He is. He's doing a fantastic job. They are at home, but they're against the best team in the league at the moment. Burnley are top of the table, and rightfully so. You know, they smashed Swansea 4-0, and it looks like it's going to be very tough to stop Burnley. Burnley have handed out a couple draws. They're just not losing many. So Birmingham, I think the chance is there for them to get a draw maybe. And with them being in some good form, can maybe just see it. Birmingham 1, Burnley 1.
Yeah, I'm going to back the exact same as you. I think Burnley are going to get back to drawing ways. Very good result of the weekend, so you never know, they might get the 3 points at Blues, but it's a tough place to go. So yeah, I'm going to sit on the fence again and say 1-1.
Now, this is an interesting game. Blackpool play Hull City, and they both came up in 2021. They both did all right to survive last year, both in interesting positions this year. Hull City I'm a little bit concerned for. Blackpool seem to be a bit more competitive, but Hull City have the advantage of playing Blackpool while they've got like half their team suspended. Blackpool got 3 red cards against Sheffield United.
That's just crazy.
But Hull City look really bad. Like, I watched them against Birmingham, and I'm looking at them and thinking this is a really poor side at the moment.
There's no fight.
No, there's individuals there with bits of quality, but they play awfully together. And the run of form they're in, I can't back them to win. But I wonder if Blackpool having 3 key players out for this could maybe see Hull get something. I'll say 1-1.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a much tighter game now. I think before having 3 players sent off, I would have said maybe a Blackpool 3-0 win with the form Hull are in. But with a depleted squad, I'm going to have to back them to win just 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
Next up, we go to the big one. The CBS, Coventry take on Sheffield United.
The daddy of all games.
I'm really excited for this one because out of nowhere, Coventry City have got this optimism back because I know we lost to Burnley, but then when you beat Cardiff away, our first away win, and you look at the last 6 games, only 1 defeat, and we're playing Sheffield United, a very big and great club. They're second, but their form is not very good at the moment, and I'm wondering if Coventry could exploit that. Sheffield United have not won in a few games. They'll be missing their goalkeeper, Foderingham. He got sent off. They've got loads of quality still. Yes, they're missing Bogle and Sander Berger through injuries, but do you know what? I'm going to go for a really exciting 1-1.
Oh, I thought you were actually going to back us to win. I don't know. When we weren't at Cardiff, I was not expecting that at all. So I'm still in high spirits from that. And I have actually seen a couple of Sheffield United fans saying that they're glad their keeper's out, which I think is a bit strange. So I don't know if that's going to work in our favour or not. But I'm going to back us to win, you know. I'm going to say 2-1 to the Sky Blues.
Wow. It'll be a big crowd. Sheffield United have got great fans. They'll bring loads. And obviously the Coventry fans should be up for it after our first away win. Next up, we'll go down to Loftus Road. Queen's Park Rangers take on Cardiff City. Do you know what? QPR did lose to Luton and it wasn't very good, but I'm going to back them to win here because I actually got to see Cardiff play Coventry and I think Cardiff was so bad. I don't think they'll be like that throughout the season because they are a decent team. They picked up good wins, but that was a really poor performance and I just don't have much confidence after watching them play like that. Yes, they're saying they could have had an equaliser. It was ruled out and the Cardiff fans are a bit suspect of that, but still don't think Cardiff were amazing. I'm going to back QPR 3-1.
Yeah, well, let's be honest, we should have been 2-0 up at that point anyway if Vic squared it. So they can complain about it being a 1-0 win, but really there should have been a couple more goals. I'm going to back them to lose again. I agree with what you're saying. I don't think they're a bad team. I just think it was a bad performance, and I think they're going to follow it up with another one. So for me, QPR 2-0.
QPR 2-0. Okay, next up to the DW as Wigan Athletic take on Middlesbrough. Wigan Athletic and Middlesbrough both lost at the weekend. Middlesbrough lost at home to Blackburn. Wigan lost away to Sunderland. I just seem to think, you look at the two sides, at the start of the season I'd have thought Middlesbrough would be higher in the table, but Wigan just look a more organised team. Yes, they're going to lose the odd game here and there, but I wonder if their form's starting to switch. They were really good away and not very good at home, and now they've started to lose away and they've won at home. So I think Wigan might win this one. Middlesbrough still taking a bit of time to get reorganised. 1-0 Wigan.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 Wigan. I can see them getting the 3 points, having the home advantage, and Middlesbrough not being in very good form. I think this should be a win for them, so 2-1.
The last game then is at the Den. It's an exciting one. Millwall take on Watford. Once again, two sides that won at the weekend. Watford beat Norwich. Millwall beat Bristol City away. This is a tricky one. With Watford, you don't know what you're going to get. So I really could see this being a Millwall win, a draw, or a Watford win. When it comes to firepower, you've got Watford offering a lot going forwards. But do they want to put it together for this game? I don't know. Millwall are a solid outfit, so I'm going to sit on the fence for the last one. I'll say Millwall 2, Watford 2, an exciting one.
Okay, yeah, I think this is a really tough one, and I agree. I think it's going to be a draw. I'll say 1-1, but it really could go either way.
There you go, guys. That wraps up our championship predictions for midweek. Make sure to get involved down below. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the link down in the description to download BetMate. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.